Hey guys, this is Matt Stefanino with Dance Tutorials Live. Welcome to our interview series. I want to introduce you to Karen X Cheng, who's our special guest today, all the way from San Francisco. And I'm gonna let her tell you her story. I don't want to spoil it, but the reason that Karen is here today is because I get a lot of questions from people wanting to learn how to dance, wanting to be dancers, but they don't know how to go about it. A lot of times they'll say, I don't have a studio or somewhere to take class, or I can't afford class, I don't have a teacher. All these obstacles. And her story is really inspiring. So I want her to talk to you guys today. Maybe you're going through some struggles of how do I take the next step and become a dancer? And she's gonna help you with that.
I recently put out a dance video of me learning how to dance in a year, and when I started out, I pretty much sucked. But I recorded myself, even though you don't really want to record yourself when you suck. And bit by bit, I got better until after a year, I was pretty comfortable dancing. And I think that's what people see. When you see dancers like Matt on YouTube, they're already so good, and that can be really intimidating because at least when I started dancing, I always felt like, how do these people get so good? We don't ever get to see Lay Twins or Matt Stefanino when they were just learning. And because I had this footage of me when I was just learning, I decided to put it up so people could see that like dance is not magic. It really is practice, just like everything else you see. The thing is, like, no one knows where to start. You just gotta start anyway. So I started going to dance classes. I looked up a lot of YouTube tutorials. Matt's in particular are really good, and that's why I got hooked up with him here today. I practiced every single day, and my rule was practice for 5 minutes a day, because I knew I could do 5 minutes. Like, even when I was really tired, I knew I could just do something with my arms for 5 minutes. And I would keep a calendar, and then every time I danced, I would mark an X. Pretty soon I got like a streak that I didn't want to break. And by then, once you're on your 10th day, then your like 100th day, then your 300th day, you're never gonna want to break that streak, and you can always dance for 5 minutes. And once you get started, once you get warmed up, it's easy to go for longer. The thing that I don't like to publicize that much, but I have to be honest about how the video went viral, was that I marketed it like crazy. And it didn't just go viral by itself, and things don't just happen by itself. And if you're wanting to make a viral dance video, you don't just like put it up on YouTube and expect it to go crazy. There's a lot of videos that are of really good dancers. I'm not that amazing of a dancer. I'm like pretty decent for a year, but I knew it couldn't be that. And so what I did was I told a story, and that's the best way to make a video go viral, or at least to get people interested, is to tell a story in your video. I thought really hard about what kind of title I would write to get people to click on it. I submitted it to Reddit, I submitted it to Dig, to Hacker News, to basically like social news aggregator sites. You know, I actually wrote an article about how to make a video go viral, kind of like a step-by-step guide, but like what I would say is that yes, your content is important, but don't be ashamed to do marketing. I know that like it's kind of awkward to do self-promotion sometimes, but that is what it takes if you want to get your stuff out there. It's not enough just to practice harder. You have to always think about how to practice smarter. And one thing that stuck was to write down concepts that I was working on, or like, let's say a teacher tells me, like, Karen, try using your shoulders more because it gives you character. Okay, so you might hear this in a class, but then like 2 weeks later, you kind of forgot about it and you're not really practicing it anymore. And that would happen to me because I don't have very good memory. And so I was like, okay, how can I remember this? And so I would start writing it down in a notebook, but I would like never go back and look back at the notebook. But what I started doing that stuff was, I got this like sheet of cardboard. Every time I had something that I knew I wanted to practice, I would write it down on the Post-it note and I would stick it on the cardboard. And then I would bring this cardboard with me wherever I was practicing, and then I would set it there. And a lot of times I think, you know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna practice dancing. And so you like get up in front of the mirror and you're like, what do I practice? You know, because you know that there's all these things you could practice, but like, where do you start? But I always have this list of now growing to like, you know, dozens of items, so I can never run out of things to practice. I I'm now making a site for other people to make videos like mine, but not just for dancing, but for anything. That kind of story is really powerful, to be able to see people when they were beginners and then to see them get good. And that's what I'm devoting myself to doing now. It's the first time that I'm my own boss. I get to spend a lot more time dancing now. It really, you know, it's like my life was going this way, and now it's going this way, and it's literally all because of one video. Go to danceinAyear.com if you want an invite to the site. I would love to see you all try it. What the site is a 100-day challenge where you say, I'm going to dance for 100 days, or I'm going to play guitar for 100 days, and you record a 10-second video every day. And in the beginning, record all of your mistakes. Record that stuff that you normally wouldn't want people to see, because the more you suck in the beginning, the better the video is gonna be by the end, the more improvement that you're gonna show. And when you have to record a video every day, you will see improvement.
All right, I want to thank Karen so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's an amazing, amazing story. I hope you guys are inspired. For those of you that have been putting it off or making excuses, now is the time.
Now is the time.
You can learn how to dance, and you can become amazing in 100 days, in a year, whatever it is that you're willing to dedicate, you guys can get there. So thank you again, Karen, for being here.
So
and
much.
I hope you guys are ready. Go find a tutorial right now. Dance Tutorials Live, we have tons of them, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.